I just put up my Saturn again because I took down the Monte Carlo since I wanted to change out the fan. So I like this fan, so it's perfect to put back up here, but I don't have a light on it, which is the one thing. So I can't show Lightminder or Home Safe or anything. So here it is. And this is my Casablanca Spirit, and like I said, it's my Casablanca Spirit of Saturn, and this fan is brass and copper. I got this fan from Andrew Wu, also known as Ceiling Fans and Fans. He's a big fan of Casablancas like me, because I have a bunch of I have Casablancas as my profile and cover photo on YouTube, but I have a Hunter Saturn Classic as my channel watermark. But yeah. Anyways, here's demo mode. Maybe I may do another. I don't know if I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna keep this fan probably up here. I'm gonna make sure that no spider webs get on it. But I'm normally busy with school and stuff. But when I come home, I'll probably keep track of it, make sure it doesn't have any spider webs on it, and I'll probably run it to get them off. Because the Monte Carlo got a lot of spider webs on it. Shakes a little bit. The blades are mounted at the top. Somehow it shakes a lot. But it only shakes like a little bit with the mounted on the bottom. I think maybe 2 of them are warped, I think. I don't know. And that's it for demo mode. So this fan is from November, I don't know, 1989. And it's the it does not have the right switch housing because it has a Panama switch housing. It's November of 1989, but I forgot the date because the switch housing was damaged. So, and it's the 340. This was supposed to be the 347th fan made that day, but this switch housing that's on it came from a Panama. It's made in November of 1989 too, but it's the 358th fan made that day. So, if I know when my Casablanca Panamas were made in the Concentra. One of the Casablanca fans I really want for my collection, I actually want an airflow model, and one of the airflow models is actually called the LaBelle. The LaBelle actually has a remote, but it kind of looks like an Emerson Hartwick. But the other Casablanca fan I really want for my collection is actually one of my childhood Casablancas. It's a brush. It's actually a Four Seasons 3 actually, but it's the builder model, but it's actually brushed nickel with silver blades. And you can also have cherry. I guess you have cherrywood blades on it too. But I like the silver side showing because it reminds me of the French restaurant I've mentioned a lot of times. So I love those fans. So anyways, here's speed 1. Speed 1's pretty nice for Casablanca and Teletouch fans. I always like that nice aesthetic low speed. Especially on Slumber Quiet fans, because Slumber Quiet fans they just make a really cool restaurant low. Like if you're eating at a restaurant back in the 80s, you'd commonly see those sea slumber quiet zephyrs or Panamas or Victorians, and they would all run on like a really nice low speed. Now I've been to San Diego, like maybe Old Town, but I think they removed the fans. But they had like some of the gift shops had Casablanca Victorians, and they were off. But I passed by one restaurant that had a Hampton Bay Aki Breeze, and it was going on a nice low speed. But I think they were probably like setting it with like a control. It's set to a certain speed, and I don't think that's a safe idea. But they want to do it for like aesthetics too, like. And the Victorian was on a really nice aesthetic low too. It was like I was like really smiling about it because the nice looks to it. And I've actually wanted to find a Victorian for my collection. If I've ever found one, I would love to find like a 5-blade IntelliTouch one. I'd like to have different variations of it, like maybe like the K63 one or a K55 one. I don't know. Slumber Quiet. I don't know. There's also a Casablanca fan called the La Fontaine, which is basically a 3-speed Victorian too. There's actually also a 3-speed Victorian too, but those are kind of rare. Actually branded by Casablanca, but it's actually pretty rare. But the Airflow badge one is La Fontaine. So anyway, 3-speed 2. One of my other favorite Casas is actually called the Bella, which actually uses seashell blade brackets. Well, nice seashell blade brackets a little different. They're not they don't have badges, so you can just mount them to the top. But they are badge style blades, because most of those blades have to be used with like most of those blades are used with like fans with like badge blade with blade arms with badges on them. But the Saturn with the no, what am I saying? But the Bella actually does have like a remote and stuff, and it has like VersaTouch. Sometimes the one thing about the VersaTouch is that the board could be fried or the remote could be dead or something, or it could have like parts missing. And I like having a complete VersaTouch fan. And the other one that I really like is actually called the Star. I'd love a red one. The red ones are pretty cool. Because I saw Max's channel's House of Fans, a fantastic store in San Francisco, which is now closed. I've wanted to go to that store since I was a little kid, but sadly it's closed. And after discovering on a video, I was like really wanting to go there because of the cool fans they have there. They had a lot of cool stuff. They had like first they had I don't know what they had first, but they had like and they had a Fanimation Islander with palm blades, and then an Emerson Designer, and then a red Casablanca Star, and then Fanimation Metal Enigma. And let's go to speed 3. Fanimation Metal Enigma, Modern Fan Ball, and a Hunter R52, which you don't see too often in showrooms. You more see those in restaurants and stuff, but Hunter R52s are pretty cool. And there's also other fans too. I think there might have been a period art something or mink. I thought there was. I swear to God, there was a mink hair gyro in there, but I may be wrong. But they had cool showroom fans that I really like. I like most showroom stuff, except for Quorum. I don't like most Quorum models used today, except I sort of like the windmill, but the windmill I don't like in like a driftwood graphite. I don't like driftwood graphite that much. I prefer more like antique oak or polished brass or just have brass in it. And white and brass fans too. I somehow like white and brass fans if they have bleached oak blades. It looks kind of cool to me. By now, I know Dan Spiffy Newman hates it, and I respect him, but I like it, first of all. Yeah. So anyways, that's about speed 3. Here's speed 4. The reason why I want to put my Saturn up is because this fan up actually because it wants to get me back into cool fans because I love cool Casablanca fans because you know what Casablanca fan I really want that's like really rare. It costs like $1,000. It's like a Saturn, like this, but it's white and gold rings and gold San Marino badges and badge style blade arms and Saturn blades, but they're badge style blades and a Fabian Corsinia light with its gold, and that's called the Cali Gold. I've been talking. I talk about that fan a lot, just like how I sometimes talk about the Fanimation Huxley. Oh, I forgot about the Fanimation Huxley. So the Fanimation Huxley is a pretty cool fan. Well, if I was ever in Roblox, but I was in Roblox for a while, but I haven't played in a while. So I'm not that good at it. But if I was in Roblox, then I'd definitely make a big mansion, and my bedroom would definitely have a Cali Gold in it. And then the living room would have Venus halos all in black. There would be a ton of Emersons and Casablancas in there. There would be Emerson Hartwicks, Emerson Premiums, Emerson Crowns, Emerson Kitty Hawks in there. There'd also be a bunch of Casablanca Cali Golds, a bunch of these Saturns, but I'd love them to be brass and copper if I was my mansion. Or some white and brass ones, or black and chrome ones too. If I found another Saturn, I'd definitely find a black and chrome one, because black and chrome ones are so cool. Anyways, he's speed 5. Although, hopefully he has a W11 with it, because I've never had experience of wiring W11, but I have wired this W32 control that's on this fan right now. And it's pretty good, but although one time when I wired it, the light and the fan were switched, so I had to switch the striped wires. Like, when I wired the top one, it did the light did the fan did the light, so I had to rewire it, one of the other stripe wires, the top stripe wire, I wired the blue wire, and then the light did the light, and then the fan did the fan. And thankfully, I know a lot about Casablancas now. I know some stuff about Emerson's, too. You know the Emerson fan that I actually kind of want for my collection? It's actually a builder, but it's a Pro Series. Y'all think it's an ordinary builder, but it's actually a, my school has them, they perform really great. The Builder Plus has crystal clear shades. So the whatever it is, well, sorry my stuttering. The Pro Series is actually a although Mr. Florida Fan Guy's Pro Series 2 got damaged because the blade broke on it. Well, he still has a Pro Series in like another bedroom, but his bedroom now has a Harbor Breeze Barnstable Bay, and that one somehow works fine. But most Barnstable Bays people commonly seen are not that great. But although the one that Mr. Florida Fan Guy has, like I said, is good working. And the Emerson Pro Series is actually they actually are. Well, the 42-inch ones these days have smaller motors, and the ones at my school have big motors, like the big motor housing, like the 50-inch ones do, and speed 6. And this thing moves a lot of air. Wobbles a little bit, but I have no recall clip yet. But if I save up, I'm hoping to get a recall clip with some recall clips, like for this or some other recall fans. If I ever get another recall fan, I know my friend's house has 2 Casablanca. Speaking of recall clips, my friend's house has. Remember, I videoed the Casablanca Panama, but my friend's house, it has a recall clip, even though it's a smooth canopy. And most of the ribbed canopies or the stepped canopies, Casas are actually recalled. Some earlier smooth canopy ones may be recalled, I don't know. But the Panamas that I have are not recalled. So, anyways, I know, so anyways, this thing's moving a lot of air. And the blades are mounted to the bottom. Well, and I'm gonna do spin down, and while it's spinning down, I'm gonna go grab my computer so I can look at the comments. And I'm back, so sometimes I sometimes I forget about, like, my computer sometimes. Because I'm not used to doing live streams. Because back then, my channel wasn't eligible for them. Oh. Hey, not much has been going on. How about you? I love Casas too. Thanks, Corvette fan. And that's cool that it's that this fan is the first Casa you saw. Oh, I think it's time to do reverse now, so. Here's speed 1 reverse. So, anyways. Oh, I forgot about the Casablanca airflow. So I know it's funny how it's named the airflow, but there's a model called the airflow, which uses Saturn like globes for the light kit and 3 blades. But I'd love to find one of those fans, but hopefully in it's pretty rare to find them in brass, because I've seen the brass one on maybe the 1994 I think catalog. I don't know. Forgotten. But the most wanted Casablanca fan, the badge blade Casablanca fan I really like is the Cali Zephyr. Oh my gosh, the Cali Zephyr is so nice, because I've seen one in white at my neighbor's house, which got removed. I think it got trashed, I don't know. But I was really sad to see that fan go, because the kitchen got a lot of mold on it. But I'm hoping to get like a Cali Zephyr in polished brass or chrome. But if it had chrome, I'd put some rosewood blades on it. It would look amazing. And here's speed 2. Why does this want to keep resetting on me? It does this sometimes. Sometimes if I like try to turn it off, it just goes to speed 6 sometimes. But that's okay though. The board hasn't failed yet. But somehow when I bench test it, it seems to reverse a lot and act up. Or make random tones. And speed 3. Oh. Is that speed 3? So, actually Daniel, Groundwater actually had a polished brass for seasons actually. And the board was already frying up on it because it had a K4S with CFL bulbs in it, and CFL bulbs aren't safe to run fans with not safe to run it with IntelliTouch. Sorry for my stuttering again. So by the way, so the Saturn that Daniel Groundwater has, so when you go to speed 5 or speed 6, it seems to cycle through the speeds again. It has an RMM1 board in it, so I don't know what he did with it, but if I ever had like an RMM1 fan with like that, I'd probably convert it to like a different like RMM3, 2 or 3, I think. With like, but I do like the flick mode that RMM1 fans have, especially the gallery edition ones. Okay, speed 4. And this is my favorite speed to run Casablanca fans on. So during the summer, but during the winter months I tend to like the lower speeds, like speed 1, speed 2, or speed 3. That way you keep the heat pushed down in the winter. But some people do dual installs of fans, and I think I watched the video of Corvette fans, Fanimation Torch fans, and he did a dual install to them. But one time he tried making them go alternate directions, like one spun in reverse and the other one spun forwards. So Stephen Levy knows Corvette fans, so he did that to his Fanimation Torches one time, and I kind of liked it because it reminded me of the two 42-inch Emerson Pro Series fans at my school when they were on that same setup, but now they have them both in the same direction now. And speed 5. And speaking of the fans at my school, the big ASS fans are being used, and the maintenance people don't want them being used and they had to disconnect them because they were being used when they were not supposed to. And they actually disconnected the fans in the nutrition center. I already made a post of it for different reasons because the cafeteria used to have 2 fans, but I don't know what they were. But they, I think this is before the maintenance people started, and they removed them, I think 2012, because they were having problems, and people were wasting energy. Well, they were just more meant to push the heat down, they're so high up there. Well, I think they might have been on shorter down routes, too, and blocked by the beams, which is why they're only meant to push the heat down. Anyways, here's speed 6. So, since they're on shorter down rods, well, people were using them in the summer too, when the AC's on, or if the AC wasn't working, and I felt like that wasted a lot of energy and made the room even hotter. No, the maintenance people did too, so they had to remove them. And they thought that too much kitchen grease got on them, but the kitchen grease stays mainly in the kitchen. But they capped off the spots, but they should have left them up for decoration. But they actually left the Dayton 3C690s up for decoration in the old fitness center, which is now going to be the nutrition center, and that's going to have stoves too. So So it'd probably make the room even hotter if they were using them with the stoves on. So that's why they disconnected the Dayton 36690s and left them up for decoration. And I don't know when they're gonna remove them, but they told me if they have to, they'll remove them. Sorry I haven't been responding to the comments. I've been looking at the fan. How to use StreamYard, but my mom doesn't. StreamYard. I know that you never had a Casa before. I say Casa for Casablanca as a short term. Well, the cool thing you can do with like live videos is like you can like do spin down reverse too. I've been wanting to do that. And the final thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do 0 to high. No, I forgot to reverse it, so I'm gonna reverse it. If it doesn't want to turn on me, it doesn't turn on me because I don't want to interrupt spin down. Sorry, I keep getting my words confused for some reason. And last up is 0 to high. Here we go. And then I'll have to stop with my hand because I'm going to do 0 to high reverse too. Which is what Dan Spiffy Newman does. Oh, paint. Paint's starting to chip off the blades, so I'm ready to do some touch-ups. Like a Sharpie or something. 0 to high reverse, here it is. I'm hoping to get a Saturn light for this someday, or a spotlight kit, because these things, brass and copper Saturns look cool with a spotlight kit. So I know Matt B, the Fan Dude 21, did put a spotlight on his Saturn one time. Because I saw a photo of it with a spotlight kit. But I don't know if he has a video of it with a spotlight. And he also has a Saturn from '86 that's brass and copper, but the IntelliTouch is fried in it, so he converted it to single speed. So anyways, that's about it. That is my Casablanca Spirit of Saturn ceiling fan. Which hasn't been up in a while. Anyways, thanks for watching.